Three receivers left, two to the right. Snap to Rodgers. Snap goes to his left, under pressure, rolling right. He skips. Right side looking. Able to cover and deep.
So that's just a typical look into a weekend for me. Lots and lots of sports. You have Packers, you have the Warriors, you have A's, like Brewers, everything. All sports. My life sometimes revolves around sports. What season it is, pay attention to which games I want to watch this weekend, or even just wherever I am in the state, what scores I would need to pay attention to. My family has always been big on sports, so when I was 5, I started playing soccer, and that became my sport. There were some years where I didn't play, but it became just something that I had to do. I kicked the ball around constantly, I always wanted to play, always wanted to watch. It was my sport. Unfortunately, I was constantly riddled with injuries, and last year when I played for the Drake JV soccer team, I sustained a concussion 3 games into the season, which ended my career. Once I came back though, I was constantly going to see the trainers here at school for ongoing knee issues and rehabilitation for the concussion. So what do professional sports and me having to go see Jason and Fernando have to do in common? Sports and sports injuries. A lot of time people forget that what comes with sports are the injuries. ACL tears and concussions are some of the most common injuries in sports these days. And if you look around here in the room, you can tell like which people are at risk of concussions and ACL tears, and I can guarantee you that every single one of you is at a risk. Brad Jones, the first clip from the video, is an ex-linebacker for the Packers and Eagles and can't throw a football because of an injury he sustained that he ended up having a titanium plate in his shoulder for. Jordy Nelson, the second clip, he is a wide receiver for the Packers, and he tore his ACL at the beginning of last season and has been doing rehab ever since. He could have played at the end of the last season, but it's not something you want to risk, especially with an ACL tear. Aaron Rodgers, quarterback for the Packers, played the entire end of the season of the 2014-2015 year on a torn calf. Completely torn, had to have surgery afterwards to repair it, the whole deal. Will Venable, one of the last clips, robbed Mike Trout of the home run. He has had back injuries and muscle strains his entire MLB career. So all these players, they all have sports. How do they get better? Physical therapists and sports medicine. Each team in professional sports has physicians and physical therapists. And because I have had so many injuries, physical therapy has been something I've been interested in for such a long time. And it's been something that has interested me, how your body works, how everything is put together. And for me, I love professional sports, so sports medicine, professional sports, physical therapy. I just found it fitting that it all linked together. For many people, sports medicine is not that big of a deal and the field is not understood. But today's kids, they're all playing some sort of sport, and even next generation kids, the numbers are just rising for people who are going to play sports, which means the number of injuries and the risk of injuries will rise. So why not start looking into a field of medicine that is interesting now? My dad is from Wisconsin, and I love every team from Wisconsin. Some of the best physical therapy programs are in Wisconsin. University of Madison, Wisconsin, University of Milwaukee, Wisconsin, have some of the best physical therapy programs. Even if I didn't get in there, UCSF still has one of the best medical schools in the country, and I think that starting looking at physical therapy now is something that I would totally do when I'm older. The freshmen in the room, you guys did your passion project or your dream job. Last year, mine was to work with physical therapy with wounded veterans. And I thought that it would just be such a perfect link to pick something that I did last year with something that I loved this year and still love. I constantly go and see Jason and Fernando for different things, and they are physical therapists. They work at UCSF, they come here in the afternoons and work. And I've just learned so much from them, and I respect them so much. I love the field of medicine they're in, and I just find everything that they do so interesting. The way that the body works is such a mystery, and I think that many people don't realize how sports medicine and physical therapy really do go hand in